was that?
That's it, boy.
Hi guys, here I am. I've just arrived at Graiseley Old Hall. Just gone in, put the equipment down, had a quick look around with Rory and met up with M&A. It's good to see them guys again, haven't seen them for a while. I'm going to head in now, have a chat with Rory, and he's going to give me a bit of a tour of the place. He's been quite a few times and knows a lot of the history and obviously the ghost sightings. So we'll see you inside. Here we go.
You ready? Let's go through and have a look in here then. So, this is probably one of the oldest parts of the hall. Lots of history in here. I think this is actually where the house got its name from, the House That Cries. If you have a look at the beams up there.
Yeah. Is this the main hall, is it?
This is the main hall, so these beams are the ones that apparently drip water on the floor for the owner. And
that's where it got the name in the 80s, was it?
Yeah, in the 1980s. Now we think, when talking to the owner, these are actually salvaged beams from ships, which have been always this sort of a thing that was done in that sort of time. Best thing we've had in here is conducting a seance on the table. Lots of table tapping, and we've had some really good feedback on the table. Not just like random noises, but like proper intelligent responses. Energy seems to build up in this place towards as you go through the night.
Yeah.
So I think if we do come in here later in the night and get something on the go in here, I think we might get some really good responses in here.
That sounds great. So that's the main hall. Where are we moving on to next?
Should we go to the red room?
Yep, the red room. I like the sound of that.
So the red room is really cool.
I think that behind you is going to scare the absolute crap out of me later on tonight.
That mannequin?
Yeah.
That's a new addition, that is, you know.
Have you not been here since that's been here?
We came here last month and that was the first time it's been here. Activity in here, again, really cool stuff with the seance. Lots of shifting shadows in here, you know. The door over where Shelley's at the moment, that handle, we've actually had the door
That's
shut.
the ghost of Shell.
The ghost of Shell. We've actually had that door shut before. We're having a seance around here, and that handle actually started to rattle, proper violent rattle. And we jumped out, opened up the door, no one there at all.
See, I can't imagine there's anything that would bring breeze to that. I mean,
no.
You got two.
Heavy door as well.
It's a heavy door. You got two, like a porch area as well.
It was proper.
As you come in,
proper
so
shut as well. So it's like proper.
And the fireplace is down that angle, so the breeze wouldn't come through that fireplace.
No.
To create that.
No.
It's a fantastic picture.
Down in the kitchen, haven't really spent a lot of time in here ourselves. Other teams we've come with in the past, they've had you know, seances around this table. One team actually had the lights moving, which is pretty cool.
Oh wow! I suppose that the lights, the pans, and all that are in a position where if it wouldn't take much energy to move it. Or...
Yeah. Interesting enough though, you saw those bells, did you know?
Yeah, when I first come in, I was drawn to these bells up here, and I asked you if they were still connected, and because I know a lot of houses have had these and had them disconnected, like Warwick Castle and all that, etc. as well. But these, you say these are disconnected, aren't they?
I'm fairly certain they're disconnected. I've never seen them. In fact, it looks like. Oh no, I thought that's wise then. Yeah, we've never heard them go off, and I don't think I've ever seen them travel anywhere really, to be honest.
Yeah, I am tempted, like I said to you before, to leave like a DVR, just buy them somewhere, perhaps on top of here or something. So if it does go off, we're not going to miss them.
Do you fancy going down the cellar?
Yeah, let's go with the cellar and then head upstairs after. I'd say it's a fantastic location. Really good location. I love it when you enter a building like this and you can literally smell the age of it.
You really can, can't you? It's one of the first things you notice.
Yeah, just that sort of...
I can see this has literally started coming. I think the lady's like been repairing it lately.
Yeah.
This is all wattle and daub. That's come down. If you don't like spiders, it's probably not the place to be.
Oh, great. You know for a fact I don't like spiders. It goes on for quite a while as well, doesn't it?
It's like a labyrinth, isn't it? A proper maze, don't you?
I should imagine if you're in here in the dark, this is somewhere that would get really claustrophobic. And
yeah.
I wonder, I suppose they'd have probably used this as a shelter during the war as well, I'd imagine.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
And that is hideous.
It's not the nicest of things, is it though? That's some cool stuff down here though. This is, like, all the times that we've been coming here, we've never had anything happen here until, I think it's about 2 years ago, when we came with M&A, and Sam was down here by himself. And we had a camera facing Sam over there, and you could hear loads of stuff going off, like almost like little tiny stones being thrown.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, there was an almighty bang coming from here, and something was thrown at Sam. And Sam walked through, and there's a little tiny figurine of like Noddy. Do you know the node?
The Nod, yeah.
From whenever it was.
Noddy. Yeah, I remember Noddy.
But that was on the floor, and he came running out, and everything started banging in here, like the drawers.
So
and
literally like poltergeist activity.
Yeah, proper. He ran out, fetched me and the rest of the guys. We came back down. We did a vigil in here later, and as we were down here, it sounded like almost someone was like thumping their fists all over the wall. You know,
yeah.
Just like hammering it like that.
I find it strange because there's nowhere really where even anything would fall from, like a figurine. In bedrooms and stuff, you could have shelves, but there's sort of nothing.
Yeah. It came from. Do you know when we walked in through this way here, it landed, struck bang there, we caught that, so we reckon it came from there, and we've often thought about trying to find that figurine, and maybe using it to trigger objects.
Yeah. Well, if that does appear tonight, that would be interesting. You say you want to try some sensory deprivation down there later tonight?
I think so. Bit of white noise, blindfolds, and try and get down there, see if we can get some questions generated and see what we get really. See like the psychological effect of it as well, to be honest. Yeah,
something I'm quite interested in, to be fair. I think that was the whole idea behind the fear experiment really. It was more psychological than
I know what you mean.
Than capturing evidence, so to speak, because obviously you do get contamination. So
it plays a game, doesn't it?
It's just interesting to see how different people react to fear and how it can change their perspective of what's going on. To give sort of false positives potentially.
Yeah, I agree. And another bedroom in here. We've always thought in the past it's felt very heavy in here, but we've never really had much activity. The only thing we did have was this chest used to be on wheels, and we came up and it had moved slightly from the wall, only a tiny bit.
Just enough to.
And you could actually feel before it was. There used to be like, you probably still feel him where it actually moved off its spot.
That's strange. Because you would think the grooves would actually keep it in place more so than anything.
Yeah.
That is very peculiar. I see what you mean about heavy feeling. It is.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think the whole of the upstairs has that more so than the downstairs.
The next room in here. This is probably.
So I just thought I saw something down the corridor then, but I think it could be that sort of shadow on the back of the wall. See them there, the marks on the wall?
I've got, yeah.
I think it could be that, so.
This room is probably the place where we've had the best phenomena, probably on any indoor investigation we've ever been. Literally where I'm standing now, we came just our team, and it was a really quiet night. We had absolutely nothing at all. And the kitchen downstairs we've packed all our equipment up and we're ready to jack it in for the night. And Sam and I came upstairs, and at this point Sam had only been on a few investigations with us. He's a skeptic.
Oh really?
We came here, I was standing here, Sam was standing there, had no gear, and we were calling out. We said, if there's anyone here, can you make yourself known? And I'm not joking, in between us, so not around the room, right in between us where we're standing, we had this thing go like that. And Sam literally
Just jumped
off the fucking floor to the door, and we're like,
so literally an intelligent response to your
intelligent
question.
response, and we said, no, we ain't going, this is great. So we came back and we said, listen, if that's you and you don't want to see it make that sound again, we promise we'll go. This was so weird because it was between us, but you couldn't see it, and it was a proper loud noise, and that's the best thing ever. So I strongly recommend, if we can set anything up,
no, it's not a bad shout.
Encourage something here,
possibly even a REM pod on the floor there.
I agree, yeah.
It's great to have someone who's been here so many times and knows such great knowledge.
It's great, isn't it?
It's pretty cool. I haven't seen any of the members of M&A for a while. I've got a feeling they're just going to be up here somewhere ready to pounce on us.
Yeah, I think so as
and
well.
To be honest, I'll probably deserve it.
What's really funny about this room is, I don't know if you've noticed it,
yes, it's like the crooked house. It's sort of, you probably can't pick it up on the camera, but if I tilt the camera, the floor's like that.
It's really out.
It's really strange.
So that does play with you a bit, you know, like if you've got anything set up in here, obviously you can't have anything that rolls or moves.
Yeah.
But I think when it gets late at night, and it can really mess with your balance and stuff like that.
The weird thing is, obviously I've had a quick walk around the house with you before filming. I didn't actually notice that the first time I come in.
Really?
It's hard to believe I didn't notice it because of how steep it is.
It's really, isn't it? If I was to put, I bet I could as well, you know.
Locked and loaded. Yeah, you can see that is how steep the floor is. That's not a gentle roll, is it? That's
full blown roll. Yeah, not really had much in here. Like the other bedroom we're going to in a bit, the team you were, they were convinced they saw something almost like crawling on the side of the wall.
Yeah.
But obviously we haven't seen that. We can't, you know, validate that at all.
So if I had to ask you a question now.
Yeah.
What do you think causes the hauntings at Graiseley Old Hall? What would you say? There's something you've told me already stuck with me.
Yeah, I personally, with the whole poltergeist phenomena, and I know there's a lot of children here, but I think it's back in the 60s or 70s. I'll have to check on that, and I'll let you know about that. There was a family here, and I think either the father was a priest, and they were terrorised by a poltergeist. The children were, so much so the actual family had to flee in the end. But in here, a lady on our team, she actually was picking up spirits of children in that wardrobe there, hiding.
Hiding?
Yeah, hiding. Just not wanting to come out, not wanting to talk to us, or very reluctant to trust us. But we think there's definitely a male entity here
that doesn't like the children or scares
like
the children.
And he's taken a disliking to one of our friends that we've been with before many times.
Okay.
So it may have been him who growled next door or not, we don't know, but there's something quite negative here.
It's weird, you saying that is just literally give me chills on my arm. I think you can see it. Literally chills, you saying that. I don't know why. You know, I said I felt uncomfortable earlier.
Yeah.
It's almost like you just sort of hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Almost like explained what I was feeling potentially.
It definitely takes a dislike more to men than women. But you know, again, that's what lots of people have picked up and what we've picked up before. But when we've come with mediums before, you know, how accurate they are or not, they've always sensed a strong male energy here.
So it'd be interesting to see if any of these cupboards open at any point during the night.
It would be quite interesting to go in there and shut the door, wouldn't it, at some point?
It would, yeah, to be fair.
See what we can get.
See, the one thing you said that stuck with me is how the house was potentially built with beams from an old ship.
Oh, from the salvaged ships, like the
From the
Spanish
salvaged
Armada.
ships. Now, if you think what happened on those ships, the death,
sinking, lots of life.
Sinking, yeah, everything, it's almost the worst of the worst. Once again, if you're talking residual energy,
yeah,
I'm not saying that those spirits are here, but could that be the negative energy?
Because it would be locked in almost like the fabric of,
yeah, the wood.
Yeah, no, it's proper stone tape, isn't it, almost, isn't it, and the residual.
On the first walk round, this is the room I felt most uncomfortable in. I think I pointed it out to you tonight. It's sort of,
yeah.
And I got the feeling of like children in here. Just imagine this was. I mean, I really don't have any knowledge of Graiseley I haven't had a chance to research it. It was a bit of a last minute thing, me coming, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But for some reason, this room just strikes me that it would have been like a nursery, like a playroom for kids.
It's got that feel, hasn't it?
Or potentially a children's bedroom where quite a few kids would have stayed.
How do you feel in here now?
Very similar to before. I'm a bit uncomfortable, to be honest. If there's anywhere I would not want to be on my own in this house,
Probably here.
it's this room.
It's interesting, isn't it?
After Rory gave me a tour of Graiseley Old Hall, we decided to head down to the basement where we'd start our investigation. Straight away we were plagued with REM pod activity and camera malfunctions. That's got the REM pod set up there.
Is mine assisting the same thing? That's why I switched mine on.
Interesting.
Did you hear mine going off?
Yeah. Zero it. Literally had to grab the camera and hit record then. Just a reference to the camera, we've got 3 cameras set up. Rory's got a locked off camera set up. I've got another locked off camera set up the other side of the room, which I'll show you now. And there's this camera set up. The camera I'm recording on has gone off. The main camera I'm speaking to you on now has gone off. The locked off camera on the far side has gone off 3 times now. Battery's fully charged, it's rigged to a power bank that is fully charged, there is no reason for it to go off. It's like it's recording and then it's like someone stopped it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's in the same place, like I said, Rory's had issues with power before. So I don't know what to say really. That's really confusing.
It's bizarre, it is.
I don't know what it's picked up or what it hasn't picked up. So we can do another spirit box session now. And maybe try and communicate and see if we can work out what's causing this. Who is here? Who is messing with my equipment? Did you turn my camera off? Do not wish to be recorded. Do you have an issue with us being down here?
Do you not like the cameras? Do you want us to finish?
I want you to turn my camera off again. If you can't do anything for us, bulldoze the house down. I keep hearing thumping.
Did you hear thumping?
Yeah, but with the spirit box going, it's hard to tell. But I thought I heard one behind there.
And one
over here.
See, I keep thinking I'm hearing it here, but I know for a fact was that one again then? I know for a fact the guys, if M&A are above us, they're not going to be over this side.
No, because this is further across the house than.
Is anyone down here with us? And if we're nice and quiet, do you think you could maybe hit the wall or something?
fuck was that? Did you hear that?
I definitely did.
Oh, I'll come through because I don't want to knock your lock off.
There's nothing up here, mate.
You heard that though, yeah?
I heard it. I thought someone was coming in the cellar with us.
Yeah, and me. Literally, as Rory asked for a knock, there was a knock then. I'm thinking that shotgun mic would have probably picked it up.
Yeah.
Because of the angle.
I know for a fact as well, my DVR, I've hooked it on this time. See if I go back about 8-9 minutes and have a listen. Yeah. Do you think you could make that noise again if that was you? If so, we're sort of impressed with that, but we'd be more impressed if you could do it again.
It sounded like footsteps to me.
It did, didn't it? I thought someone was literally coming
walking through, yeah.
Jesus.
Again, that's gone again.
Is anyone down here?
Whoa, something responded then. Something definitely responded. There's a woman's voice then.
Is that you guys?
Is that Fran?
Fran. Were you down here a minute ago where you're not?
No, me and Jodie have just been upstairs because we thought you were up there and we thought you were fucking around hiding behind the beds.
Oh, we thought you were doing the sign down here.
You duck behind the bed.
Yeah.
So he was like, they're behind the bed. Obviously you're not there. And as I walked into, I can't remember which room it was now, there was like a grrr.
A groan, yeah. Which room? Was it the second on the left as you go up?
Could have been the second. Yeah, not the first. The second, yeah, is that the
I
one
think you
with
just
the
broke Rory's heart.
Is that the one with like the double bed facing the window and then a single bed there?
Shit!
Is it the same? Is it the one?
That's where...
I wouldn't even go in there, would I? Because I heard a groan.
What
And I haven't got the camera on, I've just got the torch. And I was shining it around the door, thinking you guys were hiding behind the bed.
We came here, I was standing here, Sam was standing there. Had no gear and we were calling out. We said, if there's anyone here, can you make yourself known? And I'm not joking, in between us, so not around the room, right in between us where we're standing, we had this thing go like that.
Hey guys, Shell and Jodie have reported noises coming from upstairs. They actually thought we were hiding up there, so we're going to pack the stuff up in the basement, head upstairs and see what's happening. See you there. So did you say you've had activity in this room? I can't remember.
Not as much as the other rooms. The only thing we've ever had, and I wouldn't give it any credibility, was because it was using an access camera, and I think it was mapping the texture and the stuff on that wardrobe.
The walls of the wardrobe.
Yeah, it was on the wardrobe, and it was a pattern on that, and cracks, and as well as I do, it just picks up anything like that.
Yeah. Unless
it's a plain background. Apart from the table moving, which we didn't see, we just.
Okay. Yeah, Ethan. Got any readings? That sounds silly. By this lamp. Well, it's off, but no, nothing is. Okay. That's interesting. Get this on actually.
Is that you? If that was you, can you do it again? If it was you? Touch the red light.
Once again, it's just when we were chatting, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think you're relaxed, don't you? Is your camera off?
I was just looking at the same thing. Do you know what I'm thinking?
What's that?
The REM pod went off last time just before that camera stopped recording.
Yeah.
And it could be an issue with the camera, don't get me wrong. But the battery's reading full, REM pod's going off again, and it stopped by itself. Come away from that, please. Are you moving closer towards me? Come away from it altogether. Thank you. What the? Come Come away from it again, please. Prove that you're here by coming away from it. Move away from it. I'm asking you nicely, please move away from the device. I don't want it to harm you.
That's interesting.
Yeah, what I said then.
It did respond to that about, you didn't want it to harm them.
Mm.
Can you touch one of the balls that are in the room by the fire? You thinking a child? Or not?
I don't really know what I'm thinking, to be honest. I'm confused with that camera. Just going, leave my K2 on here. I'm just going to pull the power bank onto that one, just to make sure for some reason it's not running without a power bank, but it's got full battery, so it shouldn't be the case. Right, okay, update for the camera. We've had my camera go off again, which doesn't make sense again. The batteries are fully charged, etc. There's not a charging issue. I don't know why that keeps going off. It's happened with both cameras, which is strange. The REM pod was going off a minute ago, as you heard. It went off, what, 3 times, 4 times?
I'd say 3, yeah.
Three times, say. And when I suggested that the spirit could be hurt by touching it, it stopped instantly, and it has not touched it since. So I'm going to try something now. The device you were playing with, this REM pod, cannot hurt you. I only said that to test if it was you touching it or not. I'm going to ask you to touch it one last time for me. Just as complete proof that you're here. You won't be in trouble. If you don't want to touch that, touch the light in my hand. This can't hurt you. I'm holding it in my hand to prove it can't hurt you.
Nothing to be afraid of. You think of them like a toy. You can come and touch the light. Nathan said it can't hurt you. They're just there to tell us that you're near. You can hear us.
There's a few balls around the room. If you roll them, they'll change colours and show pretty lights. You move one of those for us. I can't believe that hasn't gone off since.
It's so interesting how it stopped as well.
It stopped twice when I asked it to stop. First time, and then the third time it wouldn't stop until I turned around and said I don't want it to hurt you.
Yeah.
And then bang, it stopped instantly, didn't it?
It's just on cue, wasn't it?
What's that?
Do you hear that tick?
Yeah, over the fire.
Have you gone quiet now? Gone quiet now? Gone quiet now? What the?
That was loud.
That was you. Can you do that again for us, but really loud? I'm going to try and be really quiet now so we can hear you.
Come on, we're going to move on to another room soon, but before we do, we want you to come and touch the red light again. Make it sound one last time for us before we go.
Do you feel like something's building there?
I feel like something in here.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something in here. I think it's like a child, but I don't feel like it's dark energy in this room.
Come on, don't be frightened. We're not going to hurt you.
I feel like it's a child playing.
Yeah. Maybe you could explain the air of caution they've got with touching stuff.
Yeah.
Do you reckon try the room with the ground?
I think we need to, don't we? What do you want to do? Do you want to separate and go in that room on your own and me go in the end room?
We can do, yeah.
I'm apprehensive, but I think that's kind of... I think if you're feeling something in one room and I'm feeling it in another...
Yeah.
Maybe we should sort of face the demons, so to speak.
Yeah, I've got unfinished business in that room.
Okay. So with that, we're going to split up now. Rory's going to head to the next room along. I'm going to go down the corridor and head to the final room on the right, the one that I believe was a nursery. I have a feeling was a nursery.
See what we get.
Right, so we're heading down now. I'll knock this light off as I leave.
If you hear me coming down that point,
yeah,
you know it's me and vice versa.
Yeah. So, right, heading down. See you in a bit. Right, heading down to the end room now. A little bit. A little bit apprehensive, I must say. It's hard to find your way around this place. Okay. That does actually sound feeling very apprehensive in here. Right, I'm going to set up my cameras. That's proper creepy, yeah. Also got this little fella, Henry. I'm going to set up as a trigger object in this room. Check that's in view. Whoa! Thank you. Please come away from the REM pod. Please come away. Come towards me. Come away from the REM pod. Come on, come away from the REM pod. Come on, come away. Literally been in here, set that up the other side of the room, and it's been going off already. As I was setting the cameras up, I could see all the lights as well floating above the bed, which is strange. Right, I'm going to stop this going off now. I'm going to walk over to the other side of the room. Now I'm here. I want you to touch it again. Touch it again for me. Fucking creepy room this is. This is the room I felt most uncomfortable in straight away. Come on, come and touch it again for me. Right, if you're not going to touch it, I'm going to go over and sit by it. Stop recording again. Camera issues again. Right. The second locked off camera stopped working then. I've noticed every time I enter a new room and set up, I set the cameras running and then I set the REM pod up running. The REM pod goes off each time, and while I'm distracted with the REM pod, my camera turns off. I'm starting to wonder if this is... It's happened 3 or 4 times now. It's happened in the basement and in the other room upstairs. I'm starting to wonder if this is more than coincidence, and perhaps this is the method, distract and turn the cameras off. Maybe this is children playing, or maybe this is something darker that doesn't want to be filmed. In this room, when I was walking around with Rory earlier on, I felt something tug at my leg, which makes me think potentially there's children in this room. There are children in this room. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm a good person. I'm not here to hurt anybody. If you want to come and touch the red light next to me, come and touch it. If you wish to come and touch my dolly Henry, while my light's on now, come and touch him. Come and touch my toy Henry. You're not in trouble for touching the red light. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this camera set up where it is. I'll take my other camera and I'll have a bit of a walk around the upstairs into the other room that I haven't been into yet. I'm going to do a bit of calling out in there. I'm going to leave this as a locked off camera. I'm definitely getting a vibe from this room, which makes me not want to move that camera. So I'm going to leave that there, I'm going to leave the REM pod in here, and leave Henry, and see what happens. Right, so I'm strolling through now. I'm going to enter this room for a little bit. The room that we pointed out earlier on has a sloping floor. Right, so I'm going to start as usual. Is anybody here? Move this to signify yes for me, please. That's anti-clockwise circles. Thank you. I'd like you to move the pendulum to signify no for me, please. Oh, it's just changing just like that. That's ticking. No, it's not. It's changing direction. That's clockwise. So that's the opposite to what it normally is. Is there a child in this room with me? No. Are children allowed in this room? No, that's what I suspected. Does the person in this room hate children? It's changing. Yes. I had a feeling. Were children ever locked in the cupboard in this room? Yes. That's not very nice. Yes. So children weren't allowed in this room. But the person who had this room didn't like children and they were locked in the cupboard. Perhaps as a punishment. As a warning not to come back in. It's not very nice either way. But it does explain what the medium picked up in here about children being locked in a cupboard. I wasn't sure if it was a case of they were locked in there or if they were hiding in there. From what I've just received, it would suggest they were locked in there. Which is awful. Really awful. Do you have a problem with me being in this room? I repeat, do you want me to leave this room? Is there anybody still here? That's weird. So I get 3 responses just like that, spinning strong, and then just nothing. Perhaps I touched a nerve. Perhaps what I said touched a nerve. Checking nothing's moved. Locked off camera's been here quite a while now, so I'm going to take it with me and head downstairs. I think just going to pack up and then head downstairs. I packed up my equipment and headed back downstairs to the Red Room, where I met up with Rory and we set up our equipment ready to further our investigation down there. Is anybody here? Come and take a seat at the table. Come and take a seat at the table and touch the red light.
If you want to come and talk to us, we've invited you in. Come and sit at the table and reach out and touch that red light.
I presume it would have been like a dining room.
I reckon a dining room, but then sometimes, you know, when you look at the colour, I mean, it depends how old the colour scheme is. Sometimes, like dark rooms like this, we used to be like the gentleman's room.
Like a smoking room.
Like a smoking room.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. Is that you telling us that it is the smoking room? If this was the smoking room, please walk away from what you're touching. Move away to answer yes. Move further away. Move away from it to answer yes. Okay, you're not moving away. Move away to answer no. Move away from it to answer no for me. Something's driving that fucking mad.
It's interesting, isn't it?
That's literally going like crazy. Is K2 picking his nut?
No.
Hold it closer to the antenna. That's weird. Right, I'm going to reset the device. Please, I'm going to ask you if there is a man in here, a male. I want you to set off the noise and the lights you were just touching. In the middle of the table, touch the red dot. Okay. If there's a female in this room, come to the table, and it's your turn now to touch the red dot on the table. Male or female, come and touch the red dot on the table to show us you're here. Wrap your hand around the metal pole sticking up from it.
Oh, something's gone right through me.
Do you know what? This is going to sound really weird. I thought I saw something go, literally shoot like that down past you then. At the corner of my eye I saw.
Tell you what, I feel like I've got goosebumps all over my face and my arm.
That's really weird. Right through me. Like a diagonal something from...
Like on this side here, because it's that side
behind,
there.
if you're stood like that, it's like a diagonal, whang, straight across the back of your head.
I tell you what, I bet my arm's absolutely covered in...
It was literally like something... It wasn't weird. Light, it was like a shadow, which made me think it was just your shadow.
You might see me on the camera with that, because I definitely...
Well, I can check the cameras because you'll be on the camera, so I'll see if that picks anything up or...
Please do.
Because it's just like my peripheral. I just saw something that...
Come on, we've invited you in. Come and sit at the table. Come and talk to us. Not frightened of you, you shouldn't be frightened of us. Touch that red light.
That's what I can describe this room as. I feel very watched.
Yeah. I always find this is probably the most heavy room here. Whether or not the colour has anything to do with it or not, but it does feel very... It's an uneasy feeling, is it? Like you say, as you're being watched.
Yeah. I want you to repeat this sound for me. It's your turn. Repeat this noise.
Picture frame. I saw something in that then.
Really?
Yeah. If you can you move forward a second back to see if it's not No, it's not in here. Let's try the other room.
Okay, flip the chair. I was tempted just to sit here in silence and just...
Sometimes that's the best thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, my case is going off.
Is it?
Come back towards the green light for me. Come back towards the green light for me. Yeah, I think as the night's rolling to an end, we'll just sit down, relax for a bit.
Yeah.
And see if we pick anything up on the cameras. Is my K2 going off, mate?
Can't see it.
Pretty sure it just went off then.
I'll keep an eye on it from here.
Mate.
You're right.
Proper footsteps between me and the table then. I'm right up. What was that? I'm right up. What was that? I'm right up. What was that? What the fuck was that?
Did you hear? That's what Sam and I had last time we came, like something being thrown.
I can't even pinpoint where that come from.
It's like it was all around, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mate.
Do you hear that then?
Yeah. That's where I said I heard the footstep.
That was by you, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's right by my right hand side. That's happened twice now.
That was a proper bump.
This is going to sound really weird. My left arm is burning hot.
Really?
And my right arm feels ice cold. You find you fall into a bit of a routine, don't you? Don't you? What the fuck was that? Look my fucking torch. Mate, what was that?
That's it by you, wasn't it?
What the hell was that? That was metal on metal. That was ding ding ding. That was down here somewhere.
You could definitely hear it over there, couldn't you?
Wait there, I'm going to try and recreate the noise on something. So if I can recreate the noise, the cameras pick it up. That was it, wasn't it?
Like that? Yeah.
I reckon that was it.
It's proper loud, wasn't it, that?
That's made me jump underneath Nels tonight, that's because that was right here. Fucking hell, made me drop my torch.
Why it keeps focused over there like that, because it's on you still, isn't it? It shouldn't.
I said to you my left arm was burning up. See, it could be something as simple as this is where someone used to sit.
They don't like that.
They don't like the mum sat here.
Yeah.
That was the same noise again. Is my K2 going off?
Didn't
My
see
K2 was going off then. Because it was lighting all down there.
Could have been when I took my eyes off it. Your camera would have it there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I know it went off
sure
earlier, so I definitely took
the
that
floor.
bar.
So I was looking, thinking, what's lighting up the floor? And I looked at my hand and I saw. Every time I say, "Is my K2 going off?" it stops. You said you think something's moving around the house.
Yeah.
I get the feeling it's in here with us now.
Yeah. It's like the eye of the storm, isn't it? I feel very on edge.
Oh, my K2. You must have seen it
So we
then.
go bar then.
That was full, wasn't it?
Yeah. Should have that on camera.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen that then. Definitely. That went up at load. Is that you touching the lights? Whoa. Do you see it?
Yeah, I can see the. I can't see the lights. I can see like.
It's orange.
Yeah, I can see. What was that?
Battery.
Oh.
Do you feel it's still in here with us?
I don't know. I really don't know. I feel quite comfortable.
Whoa.
Whoa. See, you said that and look what happened. I said I feel comfortable.
It's going again.
I'm really comfortable on this chair. What the hell, man? No, there was nothing here that would set that off. Whoa!
Oh, did you hear that bang then? By you?
Did you see the K2?
I saw the Katie go orange and there's like a little thump behind you.
By my right shoulder.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't move.
Something's tapped on the table then.
Whoa!
Like you, whatever it is.
If you want me to move out of this chair and make the lights go off that's in my hand, if you make them light all the way to the top, I'll move out of this chair.
Whoa.
Is it all the way to the top?
Not quite. About 3.
You have to do slightly better. If you want me to move, you've got to light it all the way to the top. See that?
Yeah, I'm watching it. That's pretty damn cool, isn't it?
Oh. Right guys, thanks for watching tonight's investigation. I've been Nathan, that's been Rory.
Yep.
Huge thanks to Project Entity, obviously Rory M&A for inviting me along.
Welcome.
Love the location, love the history, and it's been a really good night. And until next time, keep seeking the truth. Good night.